Okay, let's see. Oh. Oh, no. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, friends and revolutionaries, taking a look at the second, and I know, it's only the second one we've gotten to, the second from the modern, well, I guess the second figure from the fourth run, the fourth series of the Marvel Legends, the Hit-Monkey series. Hit-Monkey series, taking a look at Wolverine. A very cool Wolverine, a very fan-demand Wolverine in the X-Force costume. Not the first time he's been this way, mind you. For anybody who might have been following Marvel Legends, you may have remembered that not long ago at an SDCC, they actually did release Wolverine in this costume, slightly different, but more or less this Wolverine in like a multi-pack for X-Force. And some people are kind of miffed about it, understandably. I mean, it was an SDCC exclusive. So they went through, kind of jazzed him up, changed a few things around, and threw him into the actual Marvel Legends, which is great. I mean, Hasbro lets you order stuff online after the show. Hasbro went ahead and took him and put him into the line. A little bit of a change up in the costume, which I'm okay. From what I've seen on that SDCC version, I'm actually thinking I'm probably going to like this one better. But we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, very modern Marvel Legend packaging. Got the name up here in the corner. Got that card in there. Of course, got Marvel Legends on the bottom. It's great to see. I love seeing the Marvel Legends. Got the panels on the side. The Hulkettes, Archangel, and Hit-Monkey himself. I guess considering that Wolverine, even though he's in the Hit-Monkey series, he doesn't actually have any of the parts for Hit-Monkey. So they just go ahead and put Hit-Monkey down there in the corner. That's what makes him part of the series. He's got the picture in the corner. There you go. Why not? But yeah, Wolverine, one of the 3 standalone characters from this set. The Hulkettes, what is it, Hyperion, and then, what, Protector? Is that his name? Those 3 right there actually have the parts to build Hit-Monkey, whereas Captain America, Wolverine, and Archangel, they don't. They're just standalone. Still 6 figures in the set, they just decided not to break up the parts with all of them. Why? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they just didn't figure it was worth that one little arm being in a whole pack with one character. I don't know. But doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We're getting the very cool Wolverine. And there he is with his portrait up at the top. Classic kind of Hasbro packaging. On the back, there's the larger painting, portrait, print. That'd actually be a very cool print. I will say this. If there's one thing that I would like to see from Marvel Legends, especially when they do such very cool prints on the back of the packaging like this, give us a larger version. Give us a full, 4-fold print of this. You know, something that'd be really nice to have. I would love to have a bigger version of this, kind of 4 times the size. I mean, there's Wolverine, you know, having it out with one of the Sentinels. That's cool. That is awesome. I would love to have it. On the side, it says collect the entire Hit-Monkey series, but yeah, nothing on the side showing what parts he comes with, because he doesn't. As a matter of fact, down here, where on other Marvel Legends you would see the other characters that are in the lineup, because Wolverine is standalone, there is no one else in the set to get. At least, not to build Hit-Monkey. You would hope they at least would have had the other portraits of the standalone figures that were in the line. Instead, it's just kind of this blank space. Which they would have had plenty of room to do a bigger write-up. For Wolverine, it says he uses his super sharp claws, super sharp claws and unbreakable adamantium skeleton to wage a secret war on behalf of mutants everywhere. Well, no, really, really. That's kind of Wolverine's shtick, you know. How about putting just a little bit more as a member of X-Force? As a member of X-Force, just a little something extra, just to maybe tell us a little bit more about the costume. I mean, you're not putting his stats, you're not putting any of his first appearances. There's nothing else there. You know, take this, put it in the center, make it a little bit bigger, and tell us a little bit more about the character. Just a suggestion. But it's not about the packaging. It's about the figure inside. So let's go ahead and pop Logan out of the pack, take a look, have some fun. Be right back. Alright, we've got Wolverine out of the pack, and yeah. Everything that's old is new again. Particularly with Wolverine. I'm saying this Wolverine is actually pretty fun. This is actually a very fun Wolverine, if I can keep him on camera here. First off, I mean, I took him out, I took a look at him, and realized, yeah, this is just cool. This is, without a doubt, well, the red She-Hulk was nice. She was really good. But I think Wolverine sets a certain standard that I would love to see them keep up with on the Marvel Legends. This Wolverine is amazing. He's great. But when I was, well, before I get into it, taking a look at the face, and the face totally sells this figure. That sneer, just that look, the way they've got that lip curled, that totally sells this figure. You know, facial expressions on a action figure, you know, they don't always come out well. Here, that's brilliant. That is just amazing. I love that sneer they put on him. He looks really good with it. And you can see those red eyes. Barely, but you can see them. There you go. Just an all-around, well-done face sculpt. A really good head sculpt for Wolverine. I would like for his mask to come out a little bit further. It seems to want to be compressed against his head. I'd like it to come out a little bit further. But that might take just a little training of the plastic. But still really good. But still a really great head sculpt. I was looking at the rest of him, and I started to realize, or suspect, that the chest, abdomen, and lower torso, the pelvis, that these three sections, did they use these before? I was thinking, what were these? I thought I'd seen this before. And the truth is, I did. If we go back to the Red Hulk series, to the yellow Wolverine, you can see that, for the most part, if it's not the same sculpt, that they used, it's an expertly well-crafted duplicate. I mean, I'm leaning towards the fact they just reused it, but it looks spot on. They use that sculpt, which I always thought this was a great sculpt, a great great sculpt of articulation for Wolverine. I thought this was perfect for Wolverine to have as far as articulation goes. But if you look at the Marvel Legends at the time, you know, at that time, you know, it was very flat colors, very cartoony kind of look. The plastic was cheaper. And though it's not a bad figure, it's still a really good figure. Yeah, you look at this updated version of him, and you realize how much nicer it can be. I mean, really. Just like on the Red Hulk series, and I'll stick this one back here for a second, it does have kind of the pin torso with the twist of the waist and the crunch shoulders. Now, it's not something all Marvel Legend figures should have, but it's nice to say they reused it on Wolverine because that's just a great piece of articulation for him. The head, before I forget, the head is on a pin and hinge. So you get pretty much a ball-jointed range of movement. The arm does come up, twist of the shoulder, bicep, double joint at the elbow, but he's got a fairly large bicep, so yeah, I don't know if that really helps out a whole lot. But double joint there, twist at the wrist, and the hinge on the hand. Which again is a great piece of articulation for Wolverine. Looks really, really good. The legs, they do come up, out, twist up here at the very top of the thigh, double joint at the knee that works really well, twist to the knee and the foot. And I think one of the reasons why this Wolverine just comes out so much nicer, I mean, sure, I mean, you look at the gloves, a lot more attention being paid to the gloves, not just a painted line on the forearm. A lot more attention paid to the sculpt around for the gloves, for the boots, the same thing. Very heavy kind of army boots. But just all around, it feels like better plastic, feels like a more quality figure. Much more high quality than the earlier version. I mean, just when you look at the arm, when you look at how the arm is done, kind of this reddish, orangish kind of skin tone here, much more natural on the up-to-date one. And he just looks fantastic. He looks just looks. Yes, exactly. If we can get him to stand up. Okay, that's embarrassing. His claws, well, now, as for any Wolverine, the claws are a soft plastic, of course. And I guess, for the most part, they come out of the packaging, except for this one right here, a little bit better than some of the other Wolverines. I mean, it's inevitable that Wolverine claws are probably going to be bent. But really, actually, I think these came through much better than most that I've seen. I think the claws here are actually pretty good. You're going to take a look at the back of the figure. You can see that blue airbrushing. They've actually got some blue airbrushing across the figure, some highlights in blue. The biggest drawback, I would say, is probably on the silver. On the top of his torso here, looks fine, looks good, no problem. It's even kind of a bluish metallic on it, which is nice. But the line that goes down his leg, it's not exactly the cleanest line you'll see. I think there's probably, yeah, here, and it's actually on both. Yeah, the back of the leg, that silver line that goes down the side is probably going to be the biggest complaint that I could see anyone having with the figure. Because really, for an updated and modern version of a Wolverine that folks have wanted for a while, I'd say he came out perfect. I would say whatever minor flaws that you may run into as far as the paint apps on the legs, yeah, you'll definitely be able to overlook that with all the other really great stuff that's going on. The Red She-Hulk was good. She was really nice. I do hope that that this Wolverine right here does actually set a certain quality standard that we'll see from the rest of the Marvel Legends. Because so far, I'd say he's been the best one so far. But Yeah, I would say if you're lucky enough to find him, pick him up. You're probably not going to be disappointed. For now, I hope everybody enjoyed watching. Rate, comment, subscribe, join the revolution. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.